Hi everyone, welcome back to another interesting tutorial. My name is Mercy. Guys, today we'll be learning how to cut a mermaid skirt using what we call slash and spread method. You can see the one I'm putting on and how full the down part is. If you haven't had this type of tutorial before, just come close. You are going to love it. Alright? I am making this for my customer because she loved how full the down part of my own gown is, and she decided to make for herself. Okay, but the problem here is she doesn't have enough fabric. But let's see what we are going to do. Just come close. You are going to love this type of tutorial. Okay, if you're interested, keep on watching. So I have my paper here with me and I'm going to be drafting the down part. Now what I'm going to do first is to remove my half length, which is 17 inches. I'm going to go ahead and place my tape like this on the starting point, which is my starting line. I will remove 17 inches from there and mark my hip line, which is 25. So the upper part is going to be my waist measurement. So I'm going to mark my hip line 25. Then I'll bring down the tape, placing it on the waist measurement to get the remaining length of this gown. After marking the knee line, I'm going to go ahead and get the length. So the length I'm making use of is more than 60. The length I'm making use of is 70 inches by length, guys. Now after getting it, I'm going to go ahead and rule the lines like so. So I have this upper part, my waist. Here is my hip line. This place is my knee. Then this down part is going to be the full length of the gown. Remember that I removed my half length. Now on this waist line, I'm going to go ahead and put my waist measurement divide by 4. On the hip, I'm going to put my hip measurement divide by 4. Now on the knee line, I'm going to remove 2 inches from the hip measurement. Whatever I have there, I'm going to go ahead and put it. After dividing my hip measurement by 4, then I will now remove 2 inches from my hip measurement and add the remaining one on the knee line. Alright, and I'm going to take it from that knee line, the same measurement, down to the down part of this gown. Hope you understand. Now on the waist measurement, on the waistline, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 inches on the waist, on the hip and the knee measurement. Coming to the waist measurement, if you want to mark your dart measurement, please go ahead and mark. You can come up with 3 inches from the hip line, then you get your dart measurement. Go ahead and put your nipple to nipple from the hip, come up with 3 inches, then put and add extra 1 inch for your dart stitches. All right, so I'm going to bring it down to the remaining half length of this gown. The measurement I put on the knee line will be the same measurement I'm going to take down to the full length of this skirt. Let me just call it a skirt. I know that is a half length, but while making it right now is called a skirt. So the same measurement I put on the knee, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the, bring it down to the full length of this skirt. Harmattan breeze is disturbing my paper. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and mark it, connecting the lines. Like guys, I don't know if you understand what I said on this upper part. Coming to the waistline, if you want to put your dart on your fabric, please, after marking, make sure you put 1 inch for your dart taking, and put down your nipple to nipple measurement from the hip line, come up with 3 inches. This is the front. I'm drafting the front of this skirt first. Come up with 3 inches, put your nipple to nipple measurements, draw your dart up, please. But my own skirt is not going to be having any dart. That is why I did not mind adding any dart allowance to it. So I'm done drafting this front pattern. You can see how this shape looks. My client's hip is not your mate, guys. She has a very big hip. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. And she wanted this skirt, this gown to flow very well. That is why the length is 70 inches. You can imagine. And we are just managing this fabric. I'm just trying to just manage. Now, after drafting this front part, I'm going to use it to cut out the back part. I'll be placing it on another paper, using it to cut out the back part. You can see how the length is very, very long, guys. So this is another paper I'll be using for the back. I'll be placing the front on this paper to cut out the back. You can see the space I'm leaving by the side. This is a zipper allowance space. But I'm still going to tell us how we are going to achieve this space. Okay. Now, after placing the front on the back, I'm going to add 1 inch from the center back. Then on the hip line, 1.5. On the knee line, 1.5. I'm going to extend the lines, the hip line, the knee line, for me to know the exact place I'm doing. Now, coming to the knee line, I'm going to measure down 5 inches. Like you see me doing, I'll measure down 5 inches and stop. So on that 5 inches I measured, I'm going to put down 1 inch to that 5 inches I measured from the knee line and stop. So I'm going to connect the lines like this, connecting from the waist, from the hip to the waist. Then down to the knee. Taking it down to the 5 inches I measured downward. So if you like, you can connect your lines straight like this down to the full length of your skirt. But I'm not gonna be doing it that way. Like the way you see me connected it straight down, I'm not gonna be doing it that way. I'm going to be stopping on the knee line, on the place I mark that 5 inches on the knee line, like this place here. You see me marking, that is the length of the 5 inches. So I'm going to be stopping my 1 inch there. The reason is because I have already added allowance on that paper, on the front paper, so no need for me to take that 1 inch down. I'm going to stop at the 5 inches I marked down. So I'm going to connect my line like this, bringing it to lean on the front paper like so. You can see the way it curves. You can see it, how the curvy part is. But if you don't want yours to curve like mine, you are going to take it straight to the full length. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to cut out. we are done with the back. And if you want to put your dart on your waist, put your nipple to nipple measurement. While adding your seam allowance, make sure you add 1 inch for your dart allowance. Okay. So the back of this skirt shape is going to look something different. It's not gonna be the same shape like the front because of this center back zip allowance. So I'm done drafting the back. So this is the back. Let me remove all the pins and I'm going to show us how it looks. Just making sure that everything is in order. So this is how the upper part of this back is looking. I'm going to extend the lines to avoid confusion. Here is my knee, my hip, and this upper part is going to be the waist. So this is how the back is looking. The place that have this curvy part is the center part. Okay, now let's talk about the slashing method. I'm going to start on this knee measurement, knee line, and measure what I have here. I am slashing the front first. I am starting with the front. I'm going to measure on the knee line. I will measure what I have there and divide it by 2. Like what I have, I will divide it by 2, get the midpoint and mark it there. I'm going to divide what I have on the knee line by 2. I'm going to get the midpoint on that same knee line and mark it there. I will connect it down to the length of this skirt like you see me doing. Now after getting the midpoint, I'm going to go ahead and rule it out. So the line now is on the midpoint, starting from the down part to the knee line. You can see it here. So pay very much attention. This is the time that we are going to be talking about the slashing and spreading. All right, so I'm going to mark this place CF, which means the center front. So this part I mark CF means the center front, while the other side is the side front. All right, now I'm going to slash this center midpoint open like you see me using my scissors to slash. Now because I am making a mermaid skirt, I'm not going to be slashing all of them. I'm going to slash this side part. Look at what I'm doing and you understand. I'll be slashing only one side. That is the side of the front skirt. This place I'm cutting right now. So after slashing it, it's going to be looking something like this. I slash half of this midpoint and I didn't slash the other center front. Okay, now I am done with this front slashing. Let's head to the back. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did on the front, getting my knee measurement. But before I get my knee measurement, I will label it CB, which means this part center back. So before I divide my knee measurement by 2 here. I'm going to remove the 1 inch I put on the waist, 1.5 on the hip, and 1.5 on the knee, including the 1 inch I added, from the knee line, the place I measured 5 inches down. I'm going to measure it and rule it out like this, because I will not be calculating it on that knee line. They are for zipper allowance. So after ruling it out, I'm going to measure the remaining what I have on the knee line and get the midpoint of this knee line, mark it down to the full length of this skirt. Please, if you're confused on this tutorial, just watch it again and again. You understand what I'm saying. Just watch closely on this knee line. I measure down 5 inches, and on that 5 inches I mark 1 inch to it. So that is what I rule out. Okay, now after getting the midpoint of this part, I'm going to mark it like this. You know that how we started this slash and spread, we drafted our straight skirt. So to get this, you're going to draft your straight skirt. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and slash it open. So because this is the back and I wanted it to have that draping part like tail, but it's not gonna be having tail because all of them is equal. So I'm going to be slashing this two parts open. I have slashed the side part. I'm now going to slash the side back open. Now the two leg of this paper is slashed. That is what we call slash and spread method. You can see it's open, but the front I only slash one side. Okay, you can see how the back is looking. Now I'm going to be placing it on my fabric to cut out. So this is the fabric I have placed, and the yellow part you are seeing there is the remaining length. I'm using it to cut out the remaining length of this gown, because guys, the length is 70 inches and the length of the fabric I'm working is 58. Okay, so I placed this yellow fabric to do that. So this is how it's going to be looking for the front. You'll be only opening the part that you slash open. I am managing this fabric, that is why I will not be opening it, spreading it too much. So it's going to be looking like this. If you look, you will see that it's now a mermaid skirt. Okay, we slash from the down part to the knee line. Now I place it on my fabric and open the leg that I slashed open. The leg that I opened, I'm going to spread it like so. So if you have enough fabric, just spread as much as you like. But because I'm managing my fabric, I'm not going to be spreading it too much. So here is where this spreading method came in. I hope this my tutorial you are understanding it very well. At this point, guys, if you love what we do here, please don't forget to follow us up and also subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us up on Facebook as Cut and Sew with Mercy. And please don't forget to like this video and share it. Okay, now I am done with the front. I'm going to spread the back like this. You can see how the leg is open. So go ahead and spread it as much as you like. If you want the back to be full, like the one you saw on the picture, I spread it like this. The way this paper is spread is the way I open it. Spread it very well. Spread it very well if you have enough fabric. I'm only using 4 yards of fabric to do this, and I'm still going to use this 4 yards of fabric to make the upper part. And like I said before, my client is very big, so that 4 yards I am just managing it. Okay, so this is all about slash and spread method, guys. If you get it correctly, you are going to love it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And remember, the yellow fabric I put on the down part, I'm going to use it and cut, do what we call cut and join on the down part. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow, and don't forget to drop your comments if you have any question, guys. See you on the next tutorial. Until then, bye for now.